Hey up, hope you're well. We're indoors this week. The weather's taken a bit of a turn and it's been wet and windy all week really, so there's not a lot I can be doing outdoors, so I've come into the fry tanks. I'm going to do a quick update on what I've been doing on those. I'll take you up here quickly before I lift the lids. I thought I would try to see if this light would be good enough for a bit of watercress, just in an attempt to lower the nitrates a little bit, help the cycle along. And it seems that's been in there just over a week now, and all it was a it's off a double union. It was unused, so I drilled a hole in and used that as a makeshift plant pot, if you like. The roots go straight down into past the shower bar and into the top tier, and it seems to be working well. So that's my next job. I think I'll get on and put 3 or 4 of those in, and yeah, a bit of a nitrate filter. So that's a natural light, 6500 Kelvin I think it is. I think that's the right terminology, but so yeah, it's sufficient to grow these indoors because there's no natural light here at all. So that's that. I'm also going to run through the cleaning routine on the Eazy Pod. Up until a few weeks ago, people new to the channel, people that know the channel, sorry, I've put 200 small fry in here. Since then, obviously, it's been alright with the filter on a weekly clean, but now they are growing so much that it's going to have to be twice a week now, I think. So I'm just going to run through what I do on that. And I haven't fed them yet this morning, so they'll be chomping at the bit, so I'll give them a bit of a feed, maybe stick the camera under later on and get some footage of that. So we'll get this lid up first. So these are the 200 Kikakiru mix, the metallic Deutz mix. I don't know if you can see very well, it's awful for filming really. Let's see if I can get an angle. That's not too bad. So yeah, you can see there some I've put some real size on. They've been in 3 weeks now and every single one has doubled. I would say at least some have come on way more. There's obviously some really nice big fat ones in there. With regards to losses, at the minute we put them in, and for the first week was fine. In total we've lost 4, and they've all been the runts, if you like. They've been really small. They just haven't obviously haven't done too well, I suppose, because everything's okay with parameters. So yeah, like I say, we've lost 4, which I don't think is too bad. A bit of natural selection, unfortunately, you're going to lose some. So yeah, that's those. I'll stick some food in a second. Let's get the other guys. They will want some food. So what I did do, 2 of the larger small Kikakiru fry, 2 of the larger ones I did put in here with these. There's only 19 in here. I thought I would see how they would fare, and you can see them coming up, possibly. Yeah, there they are. So these guys are doing really well. They're always hungry and they're always eating well. Again, if you don't know the channel, they're heated in here. Both tanks are connected. As a body of water, they're connected. Obviously, fish can't go in between the tanks, and they're heated to 23, 24 degrees. So yeah, these guys are hungry. So let's go and get some food. I'll show you what I do with that. So first off, this is for the Kikakiru fry, the small fry. They're on Adam Koi Advance at the minute. I got them with the fish. I do have some other stuff that's Cuttlebrook, but I haven't had to open that yet. So this is 56% protein, and it's the 0.8 to 1.2 mil. I might have to up that soon because, like I said, they are growing so well. And we weigh out every feed. It's really handy to know in advance when you're buying food how long it's going to last you. So these guys, they're on about, they're not on about, they're on exactly 2 grams per feed. It doesn't sound a lot, but when I first put them in, it was a bit of trial and error, and I started off higher, obviously, observed them for a while, see how much they were eating, and adjusted accordingly there. So we found that just a simple 2 grams, this is 4 times a day though, so you can see them coming over now. Yeah, 2 grams per feed, 8 grams a day. You allow for a bit of over, so they're averaging 10 grams a day, and the growth has been ridiculous, really. Really good food, there's never any real wastage. So that's that. This is the food for the 20 larger fry, sorry, and they get 5 grams of feed. This is Cuttlebrook's premium growth, and these are on 3 times a day, so 5 grams 3 times a day, so 15 grams a day. And yeah, the growth on these is really good as well. And again, they're always happy to eat, there's never any waste. And this is the 3mm pellets as well, always feed to your smaller fish. There is one little tiddler in here, and he doesn't hang about, he gets in there and gets his when he can. And these will feed out your hand as well. I don't know if you're on my socials, but we put a video on, they were having slices of orange and they eat prawns. They eat better than I do, to be fair. So yeah, that's those. Like I said, I might do some underwater when I've finished doing the cleans and what have you, and top to back up. And that's that for now. So I'm going to very quickly run through the cleaning. If you've come here for this specifically, there are lots of videos on YouTube about cleaning the Eazy Pod, and obviously the procedure doesn't change too much. This is a gravity fed system, and this pod sits quite high, to be fair, in comparison to my water line. So the only thing I have to do really differently is just before I start boiling it, I top it up with water with a watering can out the tank, just to get the level so it comes over these channels. So we'll do this. So first off, we're going to close off, well, we're going to turn the pump off. So that's the pump off, so it stopped emptying the pod. We're going to close the bottom drain, and we're going to stick the centre tube in. So that's that. You can see, hopefully, let's have a look, see if you can pick up. There's a week's worth of dirt in here now. Well, there isn't, there's 6 days. And like I said, I'm going to have to up this to twice a week now, just because the fry are getting quite large and producing a lot more waste. There you can see. So you can see that water level's nowhere near enough to start boiling the pod. So all I'm going to do is I get a watering can and just top it off. Back in a second. So there you can see the water level's now topped off, so it just slightly breaches these channels, and obviously that's where a lot of the waste will come from. So I have to go and turn the air pump on. It's a separate air pump, so I always keep the air running in the tanks. That's a separate pump, so I keep the air running in both tanks while I'm doing the clean, mainly because it takes a while to fill up, because I do it on a trickle, just so it doesn't affect the temperature too much. So we'll start boiling. Yeah, you can see straight away it doesn't half start churning some muck out, and I'll start boiling in a second. Perfect, so I'll give that a good 5 minutes now. I've explained before on here that this constitutes my water change. Just for the water pressure in the house, it's not practical for me to run a trickle in, trickle out. I can't do it. It affects the pressure too much in the house. So I will drop at least 3 of these, drop 3 pods, and then that's my 15-20% water change. So I'm going to leave that to bubble now. What it does, it goes straight out to waste, and it's just straight out the pipe, straight out onto the garden, so none of it's wasted. When there are 2 of us, we fill the watering cans and it goes all around the garden, but when I'm doing it on my own, then it's just straight out onto the patio really. So yeah, I'll leave it there. I will let this boil off and I'll come back when it's done. So just finishing off the first boil, so it's been a good 5 minutes. What I was going to show you is this. It's a very simple, very cheap wet and dry vac. So basically when I shut the air off, you can see the amount of muck in there now. We're going to send that off to waste, and you'll see the amount in the bottom. I will then hoover out. Like I said, it's a simple wet and dry vac. I think it was about 40 quid. Nothing spectacular about it at all, but it really does a good job. So when this drops, hopefully we'll be able to see the amount of muck that's out of it. And other than waiting for, I mean, the waiting time for it to boil and then the refill, they're the longest parts of the job. The whole job can be done in 10 minutes really, for a single drop, but if you're going to do it 2 or 3 times, then obviously it takes a bit longer. But yeah, so it's certainly no hardship having to do it a couple of times a week when it only takes 10 minutes. So we're nearly drained. I'm hoping you can see. I don't know what the lighting's like. So I'm not sure, because obviously we're on a GoPro screen, I'm not sure if you can see the amount of waste in there. Like I said, considering that's only for 6 days. So it is something that you really do have to keep on top of if you're considering, especially the amount of fry I've got in here. So now all we're going to do, that's a quick before, I'm going to just take the vacuum, stick the hose in, and apologies for the noise, but we're going to vac it out. So hopefully you can see the difference. So that's all the waste that had accumulated now vacked out, but that is only the first drop. I expect when we refill this now and boil it again, I expect the same amount of waste again from the second drop, so we'll do that now, but I won't, obviously I'm not going to bore you with all of it. Don't know if you can see that, there's a great big chunk of waste in there. This is on the second drain down, but obviously when you drop this for the first time and then you refill it, as soon as you open the bottom drain, it's like a big purge of the bottom drains, so you often get anything that's gathered in the bottom drains, that's when that will come through. That's just draining down, and you can see there's plenty of waste in there still. So yeah, that's number 2. I'm going to crack on and do number 3, and then I'll probably grab some underwater footage and stick that on at the end. So yeah, let's crack on. So that's all vacked out, so we'll just open the bottom drain. You can see the pressure that the water comes through with. So yeah, anything sat in those bottom drains now will purge through. One more boil, we'll drop it, and then that'll be that done. Just while that's on its 3rd boil as well, I get the hoover and I will run it round the bottom of the tanks. That, again, it only takes 2 minutes. I'm quite lucky I don't get too much settling really, but anything that does is then cleared up. So yeah, that's pretty much the cleaning routine. We'll just let this finish its 3rd boil, and then we'll put the top up in. So that's finished boiling, finished all the cleaning. The water's pretty clear in there now, which is good. The air's turned back off, and as you can see, I've got the hose coming in through the 3-stage dechlorinator. That's me. I'll go back in the house now and set myself a timer so I don't forget. Really slow fill, just so there's not too much in the way of a temperature change, and you can see the water levels dropped sufficiently. So yeah, that's it. So thanks for everyone that's come along. Thanks for everyone that's liked and subscribed. I appreciate every single one of you. Stay tuned for more videos and we'll see you next week. Cheers.